Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hussein Ahmed Alvi, and today our problem is about power set. And we know that power set is another type of a combination, and this is another example of recursion. Now in this int main here array, this array's element is 1 2 3 4, it's predefined, and now n is just the size of this array. How to define this size? There is a formula like size of array, as this is an integer. So as we know, integer size is 4 byte. So array is with length is 4, and it's an integer type. So 4 into there is 4 element into 4 and 4 is the byte of one integer equals to 4 byte, and there are 4 elements. So 4 into 4, 16 divided by this array 0 location value is also another integer, so its size is 4. 16 divided by 4 equals to n equals to 4. In this case r equals to 4. This for loop will iterate from 0 to r equals to 4, that means 5 times. Now every time it will increment. It's not. Now this is a user defined function called print combination. It takes an array n and I as parameter. I is in this sector, I is 0, n is 4, and array is 1 2 3 4. And here is the details about this function. This function is combination, print combination, as we know that every user defined function creates its own memory. It's an int, and here is user defined function print combination function. It's taking 3 integer, one is array and another is int n and int r, and r is 0. We can see this from here. R is 0 as I is 0 in first iteration, and array is 1 2 3 4, n is 4. So 1 2 3 4 data array. So that means r data array is 0. That means this array's length is 0. So if it is length is 0, that means it's taking it can take any value or any element. So now it's calling combination util. So as this is called, this function is called, so it is taking another combination util, so another chunk of memory. So this function, user defined function, is taking 6 parameters. One is this array and one is this data array. And if we see the main parameters name, we can see that int start 0, int end n minus 3, 3 minus 1, 4 minus 1 equals to 3. That means end in 3. Int index is also 0, r is 0. For this is now r. Now if index equal r, as you can see, index equal r, so this for this condition is true. Now j equals 0, and now this condition is false. So this for now this function will not go to this for loop, then it will go this printf function. So new line is created for this sector, and as you can see, it will not go any further. This is the base case, so it will return it will return new line and again go to this sector. So first iteration 0, it's printing new line. Now second iteration, I is 1, so everything is same, and this I is 1 just. Now if we can see that it's this time r is 1, so in data array its length is 1, so this data can take one element only, one at a time. Now this combination util function is again called. Oh, I forgot to mention that when this is done, this and this again, this chunk of memory is cleared after printing new line. Now again this chunk of memory is created. Again this 2 chunk of memory is deleted first time when new line is printed. Now again this function is calling this function, and this function is calling this function. Now what is happening here, that you can see that yes, this utility combination until function is saying that for taking 6 parameters, we can see that this calling is this function. So now array is 1 2 3 4, data array's length is 1, and int start is 0, and end is 3 again, and int index is 0, and r is this time 1. So this if statement is false, this if statement is false, so it will go to this part. Now array starts with 0, and this, if we take this part or if we include this part only, the iteration will be 4 times, 0 to 3. So first we can see that end is 3, I is 0, first iteration, I is 0, I is less than or equal end, that means 0 is less than or equal 3, true. If we see this sector, this is also true. End is 3 minus 0 plus 1 equals 4 is less than or equal 0 minus 0, that means this sector is also true. So data array index 0 position, index is 0, and array I is also 0. So that means 1 2 3 4, this array 0th position value will be assigned in data array's 0th position, in data array's 0th position. That means now data array's 1 value is 1 in the 0th position. Now combination util, this function is calling again itself, so this combination is calling itself. So another chunk of memory is created for this recursive call. Now array 1 2 3 4, data array is now 1, and now I plus 1 is, if you can see that I plus 1 is actually start. So in I is no, so this value is 1, and end is 3, and this index, at first index was 0, and now it's plus 1, so it is also plus 1. R is 1. Now if we see that index, this index is now 1, and this R is also 1, so index R and index and R are equal. So that means this if else statement is true. Now it will go this in this for loop. Let's check. J is equals 0, 0 is less than 1, that means it will iterate. So array 0, data 0, position value is 1, so 1 is printed, and then new line, then it goes here again. That means after printing 1, it again goes back to, after printing this 1, it again goes back to, after printing this after recursive call, this function prints 1, and then it goes back to this function. Now if we see that again I will be incremented by plus 1, that means this is 1, and it's also less than or equal 3, and again this index is 0, and as index is always 0, and array 0 not 0, array I position value is 2, so 2 will be assigned in data 1, data index 1, so that data index 0, that means data 0 position value will take 0 1 2, So data 0 position is now taking this value 2. So it will again call itself. So if you can see that, it will again call itself. So combination is calling itself. Now if we see that data array is 2, I plus 1 is I plus 1, I was 1, so I plus 1 is 2, end is 3, index plus is also 1, r is also 1. So if we see that this if the statement is again true, so in array 0 data 1 j equals 0 or j equals 0, so in the 0th position is this value 2, so 2 is printed and then new line, then return. That means base case is fulfilled. Now this function is printing 2, then returning itself again. Now this will happen 0 to 3, that means 4 times. That means it will end after printing 1 2 3 4. It will end after printing 1 2 3 4. Now this the for loop iteration 1 is complete. Now if we see that 2, I incremented to 2 means third iteration, this is 2 and this is 4, this is the 1 2 3 4 function array. Now its array this r is 2, so this data can take 2 elements. Now in the same way like this 1 2 3 4 printed, now data array has 2 spaces, so